All right. Good morning and welcome to 5 Minutes More with Pastor. It is Wednesday, September the 9th, and the weather forecast is again broken window shades. Again, hopefully by the end of this week we'll get it taken care of, but don't worry about that. I want to share something with you from Psalm 112. Hope you're doing well this morning. Psalm 112 in verse 7 says, He shall not be afraid of evil tidings. His heart is fixed, trusting in the Lord. Again, he shall not be afraid of evil tidings. The truth is, we all deal with troubles, heavy burdens, bad news. Um, but as believers, we don't have to be paralyzed by that. Again, he says, he shall not be afraid of evil tidings. Why? His heart is fixed. It's fixed, trusting in the Lord. In his letter again to the Romans, in Romans chapter 8 and verse 28, Paul says, and we know that all things work together for good to them that love God, to them who are called according to his purpose. And so, even though we're not immune to difficulties, we don't have to be afraid of them or paralyzed by them. But for some reason, even as Bible believing Christians, we sometimes still feel the need to bear those burdens alone and to try to always find a way to bear them by ourselves. There's a story told that man, I think just really nails the illustration here. It was written a long time ago by a Quaker by the name of Hannah Whitall Smith. And the basics of the story were that many Christians are like the man who was walking down the road carrying a heavy load. When a wagon comes by and passes him and kindly offers to take him on their wagon. The man carrying the heavy load joyfully accepts, and when he sits down, he continues to keep the burden on his shoulders. The driver of the wagon looks at him and says, "Why don't you put your burden down?" And the man looked at him and said, "Oh, I feel that it would be way too much for me to ask you to carry me and carry my burden." We understand that's ridiculous. When that man is on the wagon with his burden, he's carrying both of them anyway already. For many believers, we have given Jesus control over our lives, but we often continue to live life bound up by our burdens. And the danger is that we will continue to struggle our whole lives, never walking in complete freedom and victory in Jesus Christ. When we trust Him as our Savior, He's already carrying us along, even with our burdens. So, my request and my challenge for us is to take those burdens off and to lay them at the foot of the cross right now. Again, the psalmist says, he shall not be afraid of evil tidings. His heart is fixed, trusting in the Lord. Not just with his life, but with the bad news, with the evil tidings, with the troubles and the heavy burdens. Don't just give your life to Jesus, give those difficult things to him as well. He wants to bear those along with you too. And can I tell you something? He's a way better burden bearer than you and I could ever be. Hope you have a great day, and we'll talk to you later.